What's up guys, this is Jimmy with High Fly Strength Systems, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why carbohydrates are the most anabolic macronutrient compared to protein and fat, assuming protein intake is sufficient for muscle growth and fat intake is sufficient for regular hormone health. First of all, you need to understand that carbohydrates' primary role in terms of strength training and any type of exercise is to provide muscle or energy to the muscle cells and allow for the maximum production of adenosine triphosphate or ATP. So you might find that during times of low carbohydrate intake, you don't feel as energized during your training sessions and you don't have as much energy to physically perform. Now, there isn't a lot of data that says carbohydrates will directly improve strength. However, it can definitely indirectly improve strength. And if you are in a deficit of carbohydrates, you're going to notice these training effects almost immediately. So why is glycogen important? Well, if you have more glycogen is stored carbohydrates within your muscle cell. So if you have more carbohydrates stored within your muscles, then one, they're going to at least look bigger. So even if you're not training for performance, a fuller muscle is going to be full with glycogen or stored carbohydrates. So that's the main benefit, I guess, for that if you're just thinking about aesthetics. So if your ATP production is at its peak because you have a high carbohydrate diet, then you will not have any risk of losing any strength and you'll be able to maximize your strength in the long run. So more food overall is going to provide great recovery benefits. However, the second point about high carb diets and why carbohydrates are the most important macronutrient is that carbohydrates are going to be the thing that you're going to add once your protein intake is met. There's no point in increasing your protein intake past about 1 to 1.3 grams per pound of lean body weight. So there's no purpose of adding either protein or fat because you really only need about half a gram per pound of body weight in fat. So the next best thing is going to be carbohydrate. Again, carbohydrates are your body's preferred source of energy, glycogen, in the form of glycogen. So when you're trying to recover, when your body is recovering, it's going to pull from those energy storages to improve, muscle protein synthesis, speed up the rate of intracellular recovery from the microtrauma that you're creating from lifting. It's going to give you more energy overall after lifting, so you can actually go on and do day-to-day things, and overall you're going to be less fatigued from the high carbohydrates. But if you have more carbohydrates and a better ability to recover, then you're going to be able to handle more volume every single week. And progressive overload via increasing volume or tonnage throughout the week is the number one factor to maximizing muscle and strength. So if you are not able to recover, then you're missing out on that added strength benefit and muscle gain. So not only is a high carbohydrate diet going to be preferred in a surplus, but it's also great during a deficit. According to Eric Helms' study that he did with Alan Aragon and Pete Fitchton, when they studied natural bodybuilders, those that had the high carbohydrate diet when compared to a high protein, high fat diet, low carb diet, those with a high carbohydrate diet were actually able to retain more lean body mass during the deficit to get to bodybuilding, 8% body fat levels. So not only will it help to maximize anabolism, but it'll also help to minimize catabolism. And obviously this is very important for powerlifters who are trying to cut for a meet, because the more muscle you have, the more potential for strength you have. So that's another main reason to have a high carbohydrate diet and why carbohydrates are the most anabolic macronutrient when you think about things indirectly. Again, carbohydrates are not going to directly improve your muscle protein synthesis or directly improve your strength, but due to the fact that they increase your ability to recover, they increase the amount of water and adenosine triphosphate production within the muscle cells, which leads to more energy and more capacity for strength. And the fact that they minimize catabolism during a deficit make carbohydrates the most anabolic and beneficial macronutrient to consume when you are putting together your diet for your bulk or your cut. That's all I have to say to you guys today. This is Jimmy again with High Fly Strength Systems, and I encourage you all to rise from within.